So you got burned by a girl. It happens. Maybe it was a beautiful day. Everything was going well. You get a phone call out of normal. Bloop, bloop. You're trying to dig the phone out your pocket. You see it's your baby. You pick up. Hey, what's going on, sweetheart? Her whole tone of voice, you know something's wrong. She's like, are you around anyone right now? You're like, no, what's up? What's going on? And she's like, don't make this harder than what it needs to be. We're just in two different places right now. And you're like, what are you talking about? Where's this coming from? What's going on? I thought everything was good. Or maybe you get a text message. Maybe she's being distant. You're trying to figure out what's going on. Maybe you meet her up in person and her whole demeanor is a 180 what it normally is. You know something's wrong and she tells you that y'all are just in two different places. Maybe she tells you that it's not you, it's me. Maybe she tells you, I've been f***ing your best friend. Let's be honest, they won't tell you that, right? You'll just find that out. And let's say you do find out that she's been absolutely disrespecting you in the biggest way that she possibly could by sleeping with another man. Or maybe she tells you, you're boring. You work too much. That's what a woman told me back in my early 20s. I was really young, 20, 21. And she was right. I was boring. But me being boring at that age, because I was focused on working and building myself up, allowed me to be in a decent place financially at age 30. Look, everybody's been burned by a girl, right? And in this day and age, with social media, with information, the access that we have to information, YouTube, it's easy to get on YouTube and see and wonder and ponder, what did I do? Why did she burn me? What happened? And you stumble across the red pill. And the first red pill content creator you see is an extreme red pill guy. You hear him talk about these stories about women and every woman's like this and all they do is burn you and all they do is want your resources and you can't trust them and don't cohabitate with them and they're all trash. All the Western women are this and that and you're resonating with it. It makes you feel some type of way. You're like, you know what? This guy gets me. So you go from being in a relationship to a chick, she burns you, and then what men tend to do is overcompensate. So you go from being a nice guy, which you shouldn't have been, to being on the other side of the spectrum and just being in this extreme RP rage. Every woman's a hoe. Every woman's a slut. Every woman's an opportunist. Well, what about your mom? What about your mom? What is she? Oh, my mom, yeah, she's all right. What about your sister? Ah, yeah, she's all right. But every other woman's every other woman's a whore. Look, I'm a red pill man myself. I believe every single man needs to understand female nature, hypergamy, ish test, knowing the kind of woman to stay away from. Y'all, all of this is located in the greatest book of all time, the Holy Bible. Very first book, Genesis, Adam and Eve. Adam listened to his woman instead of listening to the Lord. Okay, instead of listening to his father, he listened to the woman. Women are incapable of leading men. Women cannot lead men. A woman will lead you to eternal damnation. A wrong woman can get you killed, Samson and Delilah. You might be doing very well in life. Your trajectory is to the freaking moon, man. But a married woman tries to seduce you. Will you sleep with her? Possibly get yourself killed by her husband? Or will you be noble and honorable like Joseph? Look, there's story after story about the wrong type of woman in the Bible. And there's also stories about the right type of women. Women like Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, Ruth. Well, these extreme red pill guys, they don't tell you this information. Heck, even if they're agnostic, they don't give you any great stories about actual good women in the world because they're capitalizing on your mental state. They're capitalizing on your hurt, on your pain, on your sadness. You might want a family one day. You might want a wife one day. But ask them that and see what they tell you. They're going to tell you never cohabitate with a woman. All any woman is going to do is steal your ish. All any woman is going to do is take your kids from you. All any woman is going to do is this and that. And you start to believe it. You get in these comment sections, man. You're like, you know what, bro? You're right. These women are trash. These women are garbage. These women have absolutely nothing to offer. You hang out in these chat rooms and these live streams for these shows where these extreme RP guys only interview bottom feeder 304 low value women. You've never sat back and thought to yourself, why do they only bring these 3:30 a.m. club type chicks? Y'all never thought about that? Y'all interact in the real world. You go outside, you go to the store, you do this and that. You meet kind people all the time. You meet kind women all the time in the real world. But you get stuck in this internet space and all you're seeing are these freaking 5 pounds of makeup, 10-inch long nails, 50 tattoos on their body, cleavage out, cocktail dress coming up, showing their cheeks, okay? Dang near they're poking out, BBLs and all this stuff, and you think that is not a normal woman. But they're not telling you that. You know why they don't bring on quality women in these shows? Because you wouldn't return. If you started seeing quality women on these shows, you would start feeling hopeful. And it would make you want to go outside, go in the real world, and start talking to women. They don't want that. They need you to come back night after night after night. And what do? You pull out your old wallet. I'm a cowboy, man. I got my old billfold. You pull out your wallet, put your card number in, subscribe, super chat. Look, I'm going to continue to show y'all the type of women to avoid, the type of women that you don't need in your life. But if you know me for even a little while, you know I like to highlight the type of women that you should bring into your life to vet, the type of woman that you should talk to, that you should interact with, a woman that has a good head on her shoulders. I harp and praise on the traditional woman because I don't care what the narrative is with mainstream media. We do not need more boss babes. Okay? Men belong at work, women belong in the kitchen. I don't care how controversial it is. That is what we need. What is going on in society, it is not working. And what I see day after day what I interact with in the real world, talking to men. I talk to freaking grown men every freaking day. And I hear the stories about the women that they were dealing with, about the women that burnt them. And I always have to go back in history. I have to go back in time. And my question is, brother, how'd you meet her? Oh, well, man, I was drinking at so and so, and I was at the bar, I was at the club. She was looking good. She was shaking her tail feather. That's how you met her. How you meet her, your first interactions, that's the nicest she's gonna be. That's the best version of herself she's gonna be. You met a 304, and you quite literally try to turn a hoe into a housewife. Y'all, we are way too logical. We are way too rational to get up here, sit up here, and say that we didn't know what kind of woman we were getting involved with, because most of us do. Most of us know the kind of woman we're dealing with. Let's keep it real. But if she puts that thing on you on the first night, you're thinking with the wrong head, and you start to bring her into your life, and you're telling her where you keep your money. You're telling her this and that, giving her access to all this stuff. And she knows that she has control of you, so she's going to start doing this. Manipulating you. Dealing with chicks with 50 bodies, dealing with OnlyFans chicks, club chicks. What are we talking about, man? We need some accountability, dude. Your girl was doing OnlyFans. What the did you expect? Get over it. You up. But see, a brother like me, I'm going to give you a solution. I'm going to show you the signs. I'm going to show you the red flags. I'm going to show you how to cut her off. I'm going to show you how to handle this and get out. These other guys aren't going to show you that. Oh yeah, and I want to address these black pill motherfuckers. If you're not a Chad or Tyrone, a woman's not going to be genuinely attracted to you. Yo, I was talking to young buddy of mine, man, youngster, man, he's about 21. Got a little job, nothing too crazy, probably making, $16 an hour. He's just starting out, I gotta have a lot of, respect, compassion for the young guys. And he was talking to me, he said, I don't get any attention from the bad chicks, the 7, 8s, 9s, and 10s. They're not paying me much attention. And I'm like, bro, you're 5'7". You're not great looking. You're just starting to make money. Show me the girls that are interested in you. And he did, man. He was showing me some chicks that were interested in him. And guess what? The chicks that wanted him, that desired him, are on his level looks-wise. And he's like, I don't want those. I want the 7, 8s, 9s, 10s. So you're 5'7", you're making like $16 an hour, you're 21, you're skinny as shit, you're not that great looking. What the did you expect? This black pill shit is stupid. Because when I talk to guys, we're very visual creatures. When I talk to guys and I ask y'all the type of women that you're interested in, and I'm seeing these dime pieces, what? Okay, if you were a dime piece, you wouldn't go out with you. Yo, I did a video a while back called "If You Were a Beautiful Woman, Would You Date You?" It was a very serious question. I'll link it up here if y'all want to check it out. And I asked that question because what I see and what I read, and even guys I talk to in real life, what I hear about men that are still trying to get out here and trying to deal with women is I'm hearing a lot of entitlement. I'm hearing a lot of I deserve this chick. I want a 7, 8, 9, or 10 to love me for me. And you're freaking 28, you're 35, you're 37, you're 23, and barely have 2 freaking nickels to rub together. You're not prepared to even approach a woman like that because you haven't worked on yourself. You have no belief in yourself. If you don't live with your mama, your crib is probably a freaking mess. Even if you do bring the chick over there, a woman likes a clean place. I don't enjoy cleaning. That's why I outsource that. That's why I have a woman to come and clean, because I don't enjoy cleaning. You have to set yourself up for success. But when you don't have 2 nickels to rub together, and you're talking about, I want a chick to love me for me, that's BS, man. That is absolutely BS. Women have been sold a fairy tale, Disney, all that. We know that. They've been sold that they can have absolutely it all, which is a lie. But some of these men are in a ridiculous Disney-style headspace. I want her to love me for me. I want a 7, 8, 9, or 10 to love me for me. If you want a chick that loves you solely on your character, on your personality, your looks, whatever, solely on your character, your personality, go to your freaking local library right now. You're going to find a chick. She probably weighs 300 pounds. Okay? But she's a sweetheart, one of the nicest women you'll ever meet in your life. That you'll meet a chick up there, she'll absolutely adore you. Do that tomorrow. She's gonna love you. She's gonna freaking kiss the ground you walk on. If that's what you want. If that's what you wanted, you should have found a chick in high school when y'all were both broke. That's when you should have found the girl. But you didn't. Because you weren't interested in the women that were interested in you, even though she was probably on your looks level. That is a farce. It is a fallacy. Okay? Money is a component. Disney, Fantasyland tells you that you can get a very attractive woman that's going to be compliant, that's going to be agreeable, that's going to be submissive, that's going to be all these things that we want in a traditional woman. And she's going to love you for you, just off the strength of your personality. That's BS, bro. Money is a component. Get over it. Back in the day when arranged marriages were a thing, your dad had resources. The dad of the daughter that they set you up with, they had resources. You might have planted corn. Well, their family had the acreage. You know, since you were a little kid, your dad tell you, hey, this little girl, when y'all get older, y'all gonna get married. If you weren't happy with it, oh well, get over it. You better come to like her. All this all BS, that love and all that stuff comes later, man. Okay, resources, huge deal. Figure it out. Well, daddy, I don't like her. Figure it out, son. The daughter, but I don't really like him. Figure it out, daughter. And guess what? That's how generational wealth happened. Dad tells his son, hey, you're going to protect, provide, provision, all this stuff for this woman. Dad tells the daughter, you're going to homemade, you're going to pop out kids, you're going to do this and that. Nurture. When left with choice, we ruin ourselves. Look at where we're at. We should have never, ever left that standard. Look at the groups of people that are still doing arranged marriages. See how successful they are. Look at their communities. Just had to get that off my chest, man. Yeah, there's not too much more unattractive than a grown man complaining on stuff that's in his control. And look, here's the last thing. Here's the last thing. I want to reiterate. There is no workaround around putting in the work. You have to build yourself up. We have to become as men. I don't care if you're the best looking guy on the planet. A woman is still going to expect work out of you, gonna expect money out of you. Because if I'm going to sacrifice my fertility, my youth on you, if I'm gonna bet on you, if I'm gonna bet on this horse, I need to make sure that you can provide for our offspring. It's just life, man. It's your favorite Texan here, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe, man. Just wanted to get this off my chest, man. Hey, it's just the truth. We'll see you on the next one. God bless.